What's up, speeders? Sign023 here, and today we are going to be reviewing the McFarlane Toys Glow in the Dark Edition Doomslayer. Okay, so before we actually get into the figure review, I think it's best to see the boxing first. So first, you got the Doom logo, the iconic Doom font. Everybody knows Doom. As you can see, it says Doomslayer Classic Glow in the Dark Edition. And then it says this is the company that makes the toy. McFarlane Toys is what made this, and it says authenticated limited edition 5,100 pieces. As you can see, it also says over here, this is like an age rating, not a really? Not a toy? But I'm 13 years old! It says 14 and up and not a toy. Yeah. That's really weird. As you can see, this is the side. It also says Doomslayer Classic Glow in the Dark Edition. Then it has the font too. And this is the back. Yes. This figure is based off the Doom Eternal game. Oh my goodness, though, dude, the box art back here looks sick. But I think it would have been better if they replaced the Doomslayer with the actual figure that's inside here. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that was a pretty short box review. And there's not that much actually. But let's get to the good stuff. Okay. I got my scissors. Let's cut this baby open. Alright, I finally opened this baby up. Yes! I've been waiting so long for this. Now time for the reveal. Oh, I'm closing my eyes. I'm actually closing my eyes in real life. I can't see anything.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell. Yeah! Dude, this looks so cool. What do I take out first? Okay, speeders, so this is another case of ties. You see this tie? Yeah, you see the tie. I know you see the tie. It's right there. And also there's a tie on the super shotgun. After so long, yes! I have finally got the Doomslayer out of the box. But yeah, these are all the items that come out of the box. And yes, I know about this. Yeah, this is the Doomblade. Yeah, you can take it out, put it back in if you want. Alright, speeders, since now we got the Doomslayer of the box, I think we should look at the details, sculpting, paint, and more. So, we're gonna look at the head first. Now, as you can see, the Doomslayer's head, it looks very nice, very nicely painted, very nicely sculpted, but there's not that much detail, but I like the silver painting on it. It looks very nice. And there's also dents over here, with a little bit of scratch marks representing him being in battle, or was in battle. And as you can see on the back of the head, there is like these lines. They're pretty futuristic looking, and it also looks very nice over here. And the top of his head, it also has that line and scratch marks and dents. It also looks very nice when it comes to sculpting. And we can't forget the visor. The visor, it looks amazing, but that's not it. There's also like this breathing thingamabobber I think that's used for breathing. I mean, how's he gonna breathe in this? That is probably how he breathes. And if that is how he breathes, then interesting, isn't it? But the head, it looks very nice. But now we're done with the head. So we're gonna move on to the midsection, aka chest and torso. As you can see, the torso, it looks very nice. Not only that, there's also like bullet marks, I think. I think those are bullet marks. They kind of look like bullet marks, but they could be like scratches or dents or punches. The chest is very nicely sculpted, but not painted, because this is like I think this whole thing is glow-in-the-dark material. And the shoulder pad looks nice. There's also detail on there. It looks very nice. The back looks awesome. It also shows his shoulder blades, which is this part, I guess. And dang, he looks beefy. There's also the shoulder cannon. Also the same story for this shoulder pad over here. And if you lift the Doomslayer's arm up a bit, you can see there's also detail there a little bit. Well, maybe not detail like sculpting. And as you can see, there's like the neck right there, but there is no neck on the Doomslayer. Yeah. And this is his torso. And you can see his stomach, his rock hard abs. And that's like a part of his shirt over here. Here, it's like a dark green shirt. There's also wrinkles on the shirt. And if you look on the back, you see more of his shirt, wrinkled. And we can't forget the belt, with the shotgun shells, the packets, who knows what he puts in there, and the belt that holds all of them, well, the strap to be exact. There is not that much weathering, but it still looks good. And I just realized that this part, the torso, it's a ripped out shirt. The shotgun shells look very nice. Or they could be grenades. Or smoke grenades? I don't know. Now we're gonna look at the lower region, which is the pants, boots, and more. As you can see, this is his crotch. The crotch, it looks very nice. Very well sculpted, very well painted. It's a very nice paint application. There's also, you can also see like a joint over here, which will stick out like a sore thumb. But yeah. But as you can see, this is the back of the pants. They look very nice, and yes, there's his ass. It looks very nice. And can't forget about the boots. The boots look amazing. They are actually weathered a little bit. And there's also like this groove over here. It looks very nice. And I think these are like leather boots, based off of leather boots. They look amazing. Now we're gonna look at the arms. As you can see, the arms, they look very nice. They look pretty veiny, muscly, beefy. Not only that, there's also like a joint here, and his hand, it looks very nice. It also is like in a trigger kind of pose, so it can like make him look like he's shooting. That's the whole point, and it looks awesome. There's also like knuckles, the knuckle pads, something like that. Help him punch harder. It's also going to be almost the same story over here, but the gloves, they're different, because this part over here is where you put your Doom Blade, and it kind of looks odd when the Doom Blade's out, but you'll get used to it. Now we're gonna move on to the articulation. First, we're gonna start at the Doomslayer's head. So as you can see, he can look up this much, down this much. He can spin around, side to side. Very nice. Now we're gonna move on to the shoulder cannon, which can spin around, go back this much, go forward this much, It's not that much. Then this part over here, you can go back this much. Then go forward this much. And the main cannon itself, it can do 360. It can also look down this much, up this much. It can also go to side this much. Very nice. Now moving on to the chest, he can move his chest back this much without the waist. That's what it looks like without the waist. And forward this much. And yes, it can spin. And yes, it can go side to side. But with the added waist joint, you can look forward this much, look back this much, and he can spin around way better. Like this. He can do 360. Now we can move on to the arms. Now be careful, this flap over here, it's not articulated. It's, well, like that. But the maximum amount that he can go out like this. No, I'm not restraining it at all. This is actually how much it goes out. And yes, it can spin around, but I don't recommend that because it will break this. And he can put his, and he can bend his elbow that much, and then he can spin it around 360. Bam. Not only that, the wrist, aka the hand, can go 360. And he can put his hand up that much. He can also put his wrist this much back, which is pretty good amount. It's going to be the same thing over here. Same story. It's going to be the same story over here. Now we're moving on to the legs. So, as you can see, the legs, they can go like a little bit swivel like that, but it's not that much. But he can put his leg out this much and his legs back this much. It's not that much. It's gonna look a little goofy when you try to make him run. You can also put his legs out that much, make him look like do a karate kick. And you can also do this. That's not a very good knee joint, but it's alright. And yes, he can spin like that. And he can put his foot out this much, foot back this much. There's also a pivot here, which can go out that much, go back this much. It's gonna be the same story over here. Bam, bam. Alright, speeders, so before we get into poses, I'm gonna have to show you his accessories. First, the super shotgun. Now, as you can see, the super shotgun, it looks very nice. Metallic, plain metallic paint. Also, there's this part. And the way you put it on him is kind of hard. First, you have to put it like this. Then do this. Bam, and then bam. When you make the Doomslayer hold the gun, his finger goes through the trigger. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? But that's not the only accessory, as you already know. There's also the Doom Blade, where you put it in over here, just like that. Be careful when you put it in, just in case. Then he has a blade. But now let's get to the poses. Alright, so now this pose is like an action pose where you could, well, it's kind of like a pose on a poster of a movie or like a comic book or something like that. But it's a pretty cool pose I came up with and it looks pretty cool. And yeah, this is like a cool action hero pose. Next pose. Now this pose is like a cool action pose, yet again, but this time it's like all about combat, so he's about to shoot and then stab, something like that. At least that's what I plan on. And as you can see, I did use the twist on the ankle over here, on the whole boot, so yeah, that's all. This is a pretty cool action pose that I came up with. Alright, now we're done with the poses. Now we're gonna move on to size comparison. Alright, so now we're going to do some size comparisons. So, we're going to start off with Sonic. AKA Movie Sonic, to be exact. Now, as you can see, Movie Sonic and the Doomslayer, well, they have a very significant difference in size. Obviously, I mean, Sonic is 4 inches and Doomslayer is 7 inches. And gonna pull out Tails. My goodness, Tails looks like a fetus. I mean, again, he's 4 inches and the Doomslayer is like 7 inches. So it only makes sense that Tails is really short. Now, pulling out Knuckles. Knuckles, he's taller than Sonic and Tails, but he still looks short. Like, really short. Alright, Spears, now we're going to look at the glow-in-the-dark feature. Well, I do have a UV flashlight that will help out, so I'm gonna turn it on. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. And yeah, this is what the Doomslayer looks like under a UV light. Now I'm gonna turn this off in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, would you look at that? This is the front. It looks very cool. Neat. And honestly, well, the glow-in-the-dark part is the best feature about this guy. And it's got look kinda creepy at night sometimes, but you'll get used to it. Alright, speeders, that's it for the video, and yes, there will be content of the Doomslayer, don't worry about that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment down below, and stay tuned for more figure reviews.